Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you turn on the camera on? Hi everyone. Want to come back and also good day from our side. Nice to see you again. I've just quickly talked to the team about the Becky quizzes. So as you might know, we have quite low pass ratio. But yeah, we have to follow up with the ECCE measures team to get some guidance on the next steps. So we will wait for the response to see what are the next steps. In the meantime, while we're waiting for a response, we would like to take the opportunity to prepare for tomorrow's pre-test exercise. Before we start talking about the pre-test, are there any questions or anything you want to discuss? Okay. Okay. All right, then I'm sharing the slides. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
All right, so again, big thanks to everyone for these last 3 days for your participation. We started on Monday going through all the tools, all the different protocols. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday today, we have been intensively being trained on the Becky tool. So by now you should have covered all the tools. Not everyone knows everyone, but that's also on purpose, that's fine. So we have the Becky enumerators already trained with Becky so far. We have the supervisors who have been an overview of all tools basically. Now, what is the next step? The next step is the pre-test tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, we are going into 3 pre-selected centers in Kigali, which are not too far off, so the travel time should be relatively low. And you will be split into 3 teams. And each team goes to 1 center to test all the tools. So if we divide you in 3 teams, as you can imagine, we will have 2 supervisors per team and 4 or 5 Becky enumerators per team. So these groups will go to 3 centers. And then the goal, the expectation for this test is to once test all the different tools. For this, it's important to arrive at the centers not later than 8 AM to have sufficient time and not to delay too much. So please see your team try to organize everyone in a way that they arrive in the centers at 8 AM. Now, what is expected in terms of tools? So I will explain this by differentiating between supervisors and the enumerators. We first look at the supervisors. What is expected from yourself? From here, basically what we expect is to have to conduct each tool except for the Becky tool. This is only done by Becky enumerators. So first thing when you arrive in the center in the morning is, of course, you introduce yourself to the center coordinator to explain the purpose of the visit and introduce the team. We will share this afternoon a script that you basically can just read out. Everything is written there. Once you have introduced yourself, the 2 supervisors, which are marked here as A and B, you will start doing the attendance tools together. So that means you don't do like everyone does their own attendance tool. No, you do one attendance tool jointly. So that means also that you only need one tablet. You don't need to do it on 2 tablets. You just use one tablet, and you jointly go through the attendance tool, including the sampling protocols that we discussed on Monday to select the 8 children. Then once this is done, you split up. Supervisor number A does the structured quality checklist, and the other supervisor B does the back check survey, which is basically the same as the structured quality checklist, but these are 2 different forms on service approval. We will see this later. And then once this is done, both of you are going to conduct one spot check survey. Again, as we have seen on Monday in the afternoon, there are 2 different spot check forms. There's one for the center, and there's one for the household. We don't expect the supervisors to be both, but one supervisor does the household and one does the center spot check. However, you can actually make up the responses for the spot check tool only. Because for doing spot check household, in the household, you would need to observe a numerator in the household, which is not possible tomorrow, right? Because yourself will be able to transfer data. That's why you basically can just open the form, go through the tablet, the tool of the tablet, and just make up the responses for this spot check tool. And that shouldn't take too much time. It's maybe like 10 minutes or so. Not very long. And all of this you do in the center. So attendance, structured quality, back check and spot check you do when being in the center. And once you're done with this, the only thing that's left is going to one of the children's household. And that is done by each supervisor. So supervisor A goes to the household of one of the selected children to conduct the household and a bwiza assessment. And supervisor B does the same in another household. And that's it. Once you're done in the household, you come back to the training session. And the effective implementers now, on the other hand, you will, of course, in the morning, you accompany the supervisors for the introduction at the center coordinator. And then once this is done and the supervisors start doing the attendance tool, you can already choose the classroom. It should be, there's more than one classroom, you choose the main classroom to conduct the daily observation that you should just learn today. So you will have the paper tool printed out, and then you sit all together in the same classroom. This is important, just in the same classroom to observe the lesson. Then when observing, you score on the paper as you've learned. And after the lesson is concluded, you enter the data in the online portal to which you will get access probably later today. And then once this is done, you also come back to the center. You can also, once the lesson is done, you can first come back to the training venue and then enter the data online in the venue, whatever you prefer. I mean, whatever makes more sense. But this is the logic for tomorrow. Are there any questions? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear. What it was? Ni ukuvuga ejo tuzajya muri nuze muri pilot, sibyo? Hariya aba supervisor bazakora ziriya attendance, sibyo? Ziriya structure quality murazibuka twakoze kandi back check nawe muzabikora, sibyo? Noneho hakorwe n'iriya household na idea iri. kubasipirize ibyo twakoze kuwa mbere muzabikora ejo. Barimo kubyumva nicyo kibazo. Sibyo? Noneho abemereta bo bazaguma ku ishuri bakore zira ibintu ze observation. Sibyo? uko baza turi bakire mu matimu, abazajya urushinga uzajya n'ibyaho, buri wese agomba kuzakora observation, mukazasohoringa ku mpapuro. Ntabwo ko ngomba kuzajya mutekana none. Sibyo? Noneho nyuma ejo saa 8 tuzavuga no twese. Sibyo? Noneho mwikaringe yawe nimuze ibijyanye na observation mwabonye mubyinjiza muri neza muri system yanyu, muzajya mukoresha mashini. Bikumvikana? Uvuga ngo araplikanya muze hari tuzaba link. Sibyo? Iyo link nimumara gukora muze training iyo muze iyo application za amazina yanyu muri iyo muze mugende. Noneho muzajya mwifungura live, wite gukora data entry ya bya bindi wakoreye observation. Bikumva? Test yayo kugira ngo turebe ko nagira ubona ko ari kumwe tugiye mu cyamake. Sibyo? Nabashanyije gasubire ibibazo babwira ati mwarebemo ibintu bigomba gukosoka none umuntu bikosoka. Sibyo? Noneho mufasha akanya nimugoroba nkuko mwari mu section agiye mbaha bagira mu zicemo zose. Sibyo? Noneho ni murangiza kuhitamo so ko tablet turaza kubabwira muze yari icyo kinani ari hariya araza kudakubwira n'icyo ni abara kandi ndebe no neza none ejo muzavuga ko bikoresha cyo kimwe n'iriya muze household afite no kugira ngo ishusho n'ukuntu bwiza ni cyangwa se uburyo buri gushaka byakozwe. No kwambara cyatangire training no kwabivuze zibura hari ishusho twabonye y'abazaza muri training kwa mbere twese tuzakora.
Hari n'ibikoresho barakora ikintu
binyuze
biraza gukora
rero barandikira ko kiranga
abayite mu bita nyine mu baguna
abati muri dana muri private barangije gahunda y'umusozi ariko sizazi niba bakora kuza niba bagomba kuza
abandi abakomeza.
Then I think we can continue.
Okay, thanks. So, what is expected? What are the goals for this test? The goal is not to do everything perfectly. There will be issues, there will be challenges, it will be hard maybe to conduct some of the tools given the limited experience. That's not a big deal. That's why we do this tomorrow. The goal for tomorrow is to learn, right? We want to test the tablets and the tool set because there might be some issues with the tools on the tablet or even on the technical form. So just look for anything that is challenging, right? On the tablet, for instance, we want to try to identify if there are wrong skip or validation conditions that might happen. So for tomorrow, have a pen and a notebook on the side to take note of everything that's challenging. There might also be some other kinds of issues with the interview app on the tablet. There might be wrong translations that need to be revised. But there might also be difficult questions to respond to. That might be either observations, such as in the structure quality checklist, or on the Becky paper form. But there might also be extra questions to a respondent, maybe to the center coordinator in the attendance tool, or to the household, maybe the parent in the household. So any questions there where the respondent might have difficulties to respond. Then there might also be questions on the tablet that should be single select but are programmed as multiple selects, or vice versa. As well as there might be some answer options that require additional choices. So if you're missing an important additional choice that is not on the list on tablet, take note. Take note of everything, right? We want to learn. We want to improve. And therefore we need this exercise, this practice tomorrow. Again, a reminder, it doesn't need to be perfect tomorrow. Just take note of all the challenges, write it down, and then we come together in the afternoon tomorrow, around 2 or 3 p.m., depending on when you're back from the center. And then we need to collect all the feedback. So you can share all the challenges, you can share the issues, whatever you find. We will collect this and we will do it, right? So this is the goal. Do you want to?
Let me just explain it clearly. Ni ukuvuga ngo ejo twe ntabwo tugamije kuvuga ngo turashaka ko data zanyu icyo twe tugamije kureba hamwe. Oya. Ahanini turashaka kureba ese muri izo data muzaba mugiye korekita mu munsi watangiye. Sibyo? Zizaba zimeze gute? Sibyo? Niba ari ikintu wenda dushobora kubona harimo n'ikibazo runaka, ushaka wenda muri gukora nk'iyo tu wenda murimo kwigerageza muri ibibazo bizajya byaboneka mu gihe twadukurikira. So turebe hari yavuze ko ari ugutestinga form cyane cyane abatsinda. Sibyo? Iriya ya idea na ya household. Sibyo kureba ko hari ama-options zose ashobora kuba ahuramo, kurebamo niba ari ibibazo bitameze neza kuba byakosorwa. Noneho niba nukura wenda iyo twagiye dufata ariya ama-address, hari aho usanga ama-address atariyo. Simubizi. Aho ushobora kujya kuri centre ya ECCE, ugasanga wenda amakuru twari dufite si. Icyo gihe nayo ushobora kugufasha kumenya ati uburyo dushobora kujya tubona amakuru niba ari ngombwa ko tuyakosora, tukamenya ko tuyakosora. Ikindi niba ari ikibazo gishobora kuba cyavuka muri application zose dushobora kuba twakoresha, yaba abo muri Becky, iyo muzajya mukoresha mwinjiza amadoni mu mamuvuye muri observation, cyangwa se mu gihe bazaba bari gukoretinga data za idea na household, bakora ko iyo application ntacyo ushobora kuba yaduteza. Ikindi kureba ko bagira ibibazo no kubona abarespondent n'ubundi. Ese kuko urana n'abatsi muri doza bazajya dufasha gushaka abana abarespondent badukora. Yaba abana, yaba n'ababyeyi b'abana. Nabyo ni ukureba ko se bizatworohera ko twabona abo babyeyi cyangwa se abo bana dukeneye kujya gukorana muze survey. Sibyo? Ikindi tuzajya tureba hari dushobora gusanga nk'ikibazo kuko kibajije wenda gisaba ko umuntu yaba afite ibisubizo byinshi bishoboka kuba yasubiza, ariko ugasanga twebwe turi kuribita ari nk'igisubizo kimwe gusa turimo gushaka kandi bishoboka ko yatanga ibisubizo byinshi. Ibyo nabyo ni ibintu dushaka ko muzagenda murimo gucekinga. Twabahaye udukarine, sibyo? Uwakarine azajya mu mukazana nta kintu cyanditse, sibyo? Ntabwo muze ngo muzandike mbega muturebere ibintu byose bishoboka bishobora kuba byadufasha kunoza aka kazi tuzagatangira, sibyo? Ubwo ejo nimuzana ibintu bitari sawa mukazatuma data collection yangirika ngo tuzayobora. Mbega mukora ibishoboka byose ejo muzaduhe ripoti mbega ibintu bizadufasha kwimprovinga, sibyo? Yaba application tuzakoresha, yaba uburyo tuzakurekurikingamo ba respondent cyangwa se abana, yaba abazakora beti ese niba mubona observation mu buryo buzagikorwa, niba mubona hari ibitekerezo bishobora kuba mwabitanga bitewe n'ukuntu mwabibonye, ufite amakuru yose turashaka ko ejo nimugoroba byibura nka saa munani saa cyenda byose ntabwo bizagera saa saba bakiri muri ruzi gukora observation. Abana bahariya biga muri za ECCE batanga saa tanu, n'ubundi byose muzava hariya muhita muza hano noneho tukongere tuhure duhuze bya bintu byose tuba twakoresha mu gihe so then we can continue.
Thank you for the clarifications. Okay, then what you need for tomorrow is the following. So each team member should have, if possible, an ID card. I don't know if you usually have one, but if you can prepare one at least to be able to identify yourself, that would be good. Then the tablets, and as I said, like a notebook and pen to write down any observations, any challenges and issues that you find during the day. Then in addition, the backing numerators of course only would need a printed out version of the backing paper tool. We will share this shortly. Is there a question?
No, just I'm not telling them just to take the notes of things.
Yeah, so the backing paper tool we will share with you right afterwards. So you just need to print out, and every backing enumerator needs to have one printed out tool, right? To sit in the classroom. Then the supervisors need the material for IDENA. I think they shared already, so we might also check and make what if you still need support. And then the sampling protocol and the center introduction form. Here we just need one printed out set per team, basically, per team of supervisors. Again, also the sampling protocol and the introduction form I will share together with the other material later. And then, in addition, we need also one household leaflet, which is basically a one-pager that you just the supervisor will leave at the household that has some basic information on the visit and contact information in case the household has questions or concerns. So here one per supervisor is enough. Any questions on that?
Let's move on.
Okay, that's it in terms of preparation. All that is needed in addition is preparing the tablets. But for the tablets, we probably only need supervisors. But so what I was saying is just we will just guide you through the setup of Service CDO application and how to get the forms. We won't go through the different questionnaires, just to get them available on the tablet.
Yes, we can do.
Okay, but I don't think we need the Becky as well, right? Because Becky will be on the...
You want us to be with the supervisors?
Yeah, maybe that's more efficient now. Because only the supervisors will need Service CDO application.
Yes. Yeah, only the supervisors just the one just who will need the service.
Exactly.
Ukuvuga beki narebabwiye mwebwe ntabwo muzakoresha tablet muzajya mukoresha mashini niyo muzajya mukorera modoka yanyu kuko muzajya mwikonekta online mubyinjiza urangiza tugacekinga niba kuguteza ingaru niba guteza online muri kumva wazirwanira cyane. So give us a second.
Sure.
Reza, wafashe na tablet aho ngaho. Asha, umuntu muri big wese ufite tablet ntabwo cyane bamuhanga. abatsinzwe nibo benshi aca no kutuza ati agahita acaho n'ikimenyero cye natapese avuga ati n'ubundi ntacyo no kugira ngo nikinike bakugira ngo kusambira wowe uzagenda ku ishuri ukora akazi ukore bitandukanye ntabwo ugiye mu So, we are back.
Okay. Are you ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess just continue.
So should I show the slides, and then we go through the app?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will just show slides from the. on what we already have. Let's see. So, hello everyone. So welcome to this part of the training. This is about service CTO and how we're going to use it to collect all the data. So service CTO is, as you may already have in your tablets, it's an app, and at the same time it's also has a server. So we will see from our side all the data that is collected every day. The app, so the server will be only accessible for us, and then you will use the app, the services you collect, just to fill out the forms, and then just upload them during tomorrow's pre-tests, and then in the data collection in the next weeks, together with your team. I'm just going to introduce a bit the screen, and then we're going to go through it together. So services here has, when you open the app, you will see different options. Basically, what's really going to be useful is the first one from which you will start a new survey. So then there you will find one of the seven. You start with one of the 7 forms that are really gonna be downloaded once you complete the setup that we're gonna go through. In some instances, maybe you will need to you will need to stop in the middle of the interview and then save what you already done, what we've already done, and then continue later. In that case, you will have the possibility to save it and then continue from a saved form. So by clicking on edit saved form. Then the rest of the options are not going to be necessary for you. I mean, these are in case some form is not sent automatically, you can send it from this third option, send. And in case you want to delete some form that you already that you saved in the middle of the interview, you click on delete. But these are not going to be very relevant in your case. So just to remember that the first two are, or at least the first one, is the most important one to start a form, and then probably you will continue until the end of it. So when you click on the 3 dots, here for more options, you will see a bunch of settings and possible setups that you can follow. One of them, and the main one that we're going to use, is within general settings, the quick setup option. So because that option will consist of just typing some username and some password, and you'll be able to get all the forms. So you can see here the username just for you to be familiar with it. So in that quick setup section, you will enter the server name, which is marked C4AD, and you will use this username, field stuff, so field underscore stuff underscore 1, and the password. Password will be not gonna write it here, but it's gonna be C4AD 123. So it's what's written here at the end of the server name plus 123. This I will share it in a meeting. You will get the 7 forms that we are supposed to test tomorrow. So these are all the forms that we went through yesterday. Just to note that the spot check, as this is for to check numerical performance, you will have an extra password, let's say, and the password will be just 5 times 1, both in the household version of the spot check and the spot check that you will conduct in the center. So yeah, here you see that the occasional key is not going to be there, and for the rest, the 7 remaining will be there. So maybe we can go through this. I can show you from my phone directly. So this case, okay, this is something here now. Let me try again. So what I'm going to do now is will resemble exactly what you're gonna have in your screens. I'm not very sure if you have the targets with you now. Kristen, do you have your targets with you?
Sorry, Gary. The password is.
Yeah.
Can you remind us the password?
Sure. The password will be C4AD 123. I can maybe type it here on the chat. I can type it, but anyway, I will share. I can maybe write it here and in the group chats that we have. Or how does it? Benjamin, do you think what's the best way to share this?
Yeah, you can put it in the group chat here. It's fine.
Okay, in the WhatsApp group chat.
Yeah, in the WhatsApp group. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so have you already installed the application?
Yes.
Okay, great.
it's there in the group chat. So let me know if everyone has this kind of. Everyone can follow this setup, in general settings, and then in quick setup, and then you type your name, or you type the server name, the username, so field underscore stuff underscore one, and the password will be security123. Then just click on run setup. Okay, so if there are too many failed logins, apparently, yeah, some people will have to wait before this will work. So so for those who already have it, also just repeating what I said before, you can click on fill blank form, and then you will see there the 7 service or forms that we are gonna use, gonna test tomorrow. So these names are shortcuts, short forms of the actual names of the surveys. So you have ATT for attendance, HH for household, IDELA, spot check for center, spot check for households, structural quality, fact check, and structural quality, the original survey. So this name was actually also in the slides. I show you again. The names for you to get familiar with it, because this is maybe a bit novelty in the beginning. So you should find. Well, this is not. I don't think you're seeing my screen, right? Okay, I'm gonna make.
Sorry, Jerry. So we just to work together. We are going just to see the tablet together.
Yeah, just 1 second. I will leave the chat and then come back, because this is I can't share the screen anymore.
Okay, let's set up our tablets and then store service towards what then we already know, right?
Yeah, please proceed. I think Betty has some issues on the side, so while he's fixing it, you can set up the tablet and install the application, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure the same, very good.
I'm back.
We just need a couple of minutes to install the application on all templates and tests.
Okay.
What
So just give it a few minutes.
Okay. So
Are we Jim?
also for the fixing application, apparently is the time you failed attempts. You can't fix better than one.
answer here.
Arutara Hajira. Okay, then you can just move on.
Do you have all your services here set up with the pixel up and so on? Okay. Let me change to, so you, well, I was showing this just for you to get familiarized with the names of the different tools. So with the short form or the abbreviations that we are using. Yeah, so basically, as you see, everything starts with the ECCE, RWA, and then you will have like the name of the form, right? So the abbreviation that points to the name of the form. So you should know which one you are opening, and yeah, in case you're opening one of the sports service that we're going to go through now, you will need a password. Let me show you from my screen. Can you see it? Can you see it well? Is it that big enough? Okay, so we'll start start with the fill blank form. The very first option. After you set out everything, you'll see the 7 options. Each of them corresponds to each of the forms that we need to finish or to complete in tomorrow's pre-test. So I said I will go through the spot check survey, which is shorter and it's a bit slightly different from the rest, let's say. Is that fine? We go through the spot check at the center level, so that will be, which one will be that?
Sorry, Jim.
So, I mean, I'm just asking if you managed to get the names and the abbreviation of the surveys. We're gonna go through the spot check that you're gonna conduct in the center.
Okay.
So, which one of these is the spot check for center? It's a question for everyone.
Ja non si sport center, non si forma sport center. Okay? Sport check to fikia center ni hiyo mlizi ya sababu. These are form to fikia raziki barani.
Correct. So the first one will be the center, the spot check at the center level, and the 5th one will be the spot check when you are visiting the households. So, but potentially you will use the center one in the beginning or in the morning, and then when you visit the household later, you will use the other one. In both cases, you have similar questions, as I explained yesterday. The main difference here is like how to enter an additional password, as this is only for you, for supervisors, and not for the numerators. So the additional password, as I said, is 5 times 1 to 111, and you will be able to continue from there. Is everyone following?
Yes.
So I filled with your names. I'm not very sure if it's complete. Just let me know if I need to add anyone else or if there's an error.
Yes.
But for now, we will, for instance, choose the first one, the first option. Then we will choose the numerator. In this case, for the pre-test, there's no other numerator but yourselves. So it will be the same name for now, but you will see the numerator name like in the lesson collection. And then you will enter the center ID and the center ID number, which I mean you have. I guess we haven't shared it yet. As an example, we'll use this one. This is one of them. So 3, 3, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5. So Benjamin, have we shared these IDs?
Yes, they have this.
Okay. Like for pre-test and pilot and this. So yeah, so you will enter the ID that's for the center that you are visiting. You will just confirm if that's the case, in principle, there shouldn't be any mistake in this information. You will record your GPS location. This will take some time, depending on your tablets, and you will see that the accuracy will change depending on where you are and depending on the moment. As you can see now, it's changing also because yeah, there are different issues with signals and if you are indoors, outdoors, and so on, the accuracy could be lower or higher. This is I mean, we don't need a very precise location. We know that in some cases we're not gonna get a extremely precise GPS coordinates. So as long as you have a certain level of accuracy, it's gonna be fine. Yeah. So once you see that there's some number of accuracy, you can just recall location, and you will see the number, the coordinates basically. Okay. From there onwards, you will start the spot check survey. As I said, there are always three answer options: unsatisfactory, needs improvements, or meets expectations. This is regarding the performance of the enumerators, and in exceptional cases, you can use applicable when you cannot answer the question. So we would like to have truthful answers. So it could be that you have limited time at some moments, or in certain centers, and you couldn't check the question that is asked, or in each case. So in that case, you can use non-applicable. But otherwise, you will just click on the corresponding answer that you perceive from the numerator, from how the numerator is performing. So in this case, if the numerator has all the required equipment, if he or she has everything, then you can just click on 3 and meet expectations. If he's missing something, you will go for 2, and you will just let him know, or let him or her know that this is that he or she forgot some equipment, and then if he's like completely missing a lot of things, then it will be unsatisfactory. So based on this principle, we will continue with the rest of the questions, and then just click on the corresponding answer according to what you see from their performance. So it's not gonna be very long. This is just also a test for you to see how this works. So in these questions, in question C6 and question C7, you will have to come with the numerator when the numerator is counting the number of children, or when the numerator is recording the numbers that appear in the records, in the registers of the center, and then assess if he or she is performing or is recording everything correctly. The same. And then in C8, you will check if the numerator is actually following the sampling strategy. So counting the numbers, basically following each of the steps of the sampling strategy. At the end of this is going to be at the very end of the attendance survey, as you will see when you complete the attendance survey. And the rest of the questions are more general, right? So for privacy, familiarity, about the use of service CTO, etc. So at the end of every survey, you will have the option to enter any comments that is relevant to this particular survey. For instance, enumerator in the case of spot check, enumerator is generally performed well, but forgot to report some numbers or some children with the attendance survey when he's going through in the classrooms and so on and so forth. So this will be something relevant to this specific spot check, and it will be helpful for us to assess the performance and to check the quality of the data in detail. Yeah. So at the end of the survey, you will see this. You will see that you are at the end of this particular survey. You will see that it's this form will be marked as finalized by default. And you can just click on the save form and end it. Yeah. So you will see that the form is automatically sent to the server, and it's not, and you don't need to click on send finalized form manually anymore, which was the case if you work with this app before. This could have been the case in some other projects, but in this case, every time you finish, you mark a form as finalized, the form will be automatically shared. There's no need to send manually. And I said before, you can save the form in the middle of the survey. You can save the form in the middle of the survey. For instance, if you start with this, and you go back, you click on go back, you will see save or ignore. So save would mean that what you have done will be saved in the app, and if you click on ignore, everything will be deleted. Yeah. If you click on save, you will see you will find it in the second option, edit saved form. And that was the last one was the one that I just saved. This is just in some special cases where you have to interrupt your interview and then continue a bit later or so. You can use this option, but I always expect this to happen a lot. Then in the household forms and ID lab, you will have two languages. For instance, if I click on household form, so that will be the second one. You'll be able to change from English to a local language by clicking on the three dots. The three dots in the upper right corner, and by clicking on change language. So here you will be able to change language. Okay, there's a problem here. I have to change.